Welcome to the intro training exercises for Sharperlight and Business Central. This is exercise 9. Please follow the video carefully and if needed use the PDF listed within the description for further information. Exercise 9 has 5 parts, A to E, with each part demonstrating query builder expressions. In part A we show a simple addition of outputs. Part B shows the DateDiff expression. Part C, we do a division and output as a percentage. Part D, previous row output values are shown. And Part E, we show an if expression with conditional coloring. Expressions in Query Builder are an additional output that can be added that can perform calculations, conditional formatting, rendering HTML, and a vast number of other functions. As a general rule, any enhancement that does not easily fit into the Query Builder engine becomes an expression function. This exercise begins from the Exercise 9 query template. You can find this in the Business Central Training Exercise zip. If you haven't already downloaded it, you can find it on the Sharperlight Manuals and Guides page. This query uses a custom dataset and has expressions already to help generate useful data. Please note that some of them use random number generators, so your data won't be the same as the videos. Start by adding an expression. You can do this by right-clicking while in the Outputs pane and selecting Add Expression. What will then open is the Outputs options window on the expression you just created. It has all the same options you have seen before, but also has an Expressions tab, where you can define your expression formula. For this expression, we want to calculate the total of the freight and the cost fields. You can either type in freight plus cost, or use the functions picker below to find the useful functions and output values. Expand on the current row folder, and a list of all available outputs will show. Double-click on freight. What will populate is %freight. This is a code for the output. The curly brackets are used for filters or outputs, and outputs have the percentage symbol. Filters use the @ symbol. Add a plus sign, then double-click on cost. This should now add the two fields together. The formatting of the expression formulas is meant to resemble Excel formulas. The last step is to make sure our data type is correct, which should be defaulted to decimal. Click OK and you should see your expression. It will have a default description and code. Right-click and change description to total. Please note that if you change the description of an expression with the default description and name, its name will update relative to the description you just input. Preview the query and we should see the new column, total, and that it is calculating the sum of freight and cost. Right-click and add another expression. We want this expression to return a number of how many days until a record is due. Either type in the following DateDiff function, or use the functions picker find tool. You can type in DateDiff and output the function template, then replace the appropriate values. Or you can expand on the current row folder, type in DateDiff, double-click on DateDue, then Now. Make sure to change the data type to integer. Click OK and change the description to days due. Preview the query and we should see that the column correctly calculates the difference between the date due and today, with this example being done on the 10th of August 2023. Add an expression. For this one we want an output that shows the percentage of the freight to the total. Change your data type to percentage. Expand the current row folder so you can use the outputs. Have your expression formula read percentage freight divided by percentage total. Click OK and change the description to freight percent. Preview the query. You should see our expression correctly turn the division of freight by the total into a percentage. Add an expression. We want this expression to output the running total. Change your expression formula to % previous run tot plus total. We want our data type to be decimal. Please note that expressions can be self-referential. Expressions can pull data from the current row or the previous row. Though expressions can be self-referential, they should not be used unless using its own previous row value. Change the description to running total. Preview the query. We should be able to see the running total and the total on each row. These two cells also match. Add an expression. We want this expression to apply conditional formatting with background color based on whether the current row's days due is less than 0. Change your expression formula to if days due less than 0, format color, format color. Change the data type to text and click OK. Change the description to conditional color row. Then right-click on the expression and click on Hide. This will hide the column. We want to do this as the expression is a formatting field and does not output any meaningful data. Preview the query, and wherever the days due is less than 0, we should see a red row. Otherwise, the row is highlighted green. Expressions have a large range of uses and functions. We recommend that you look at further resources as they are a very useful and powerful tool within Query Builder. This concludes the training for Exercise 9 for Business Central. For more information and in-depth explanations, please refer back to the training PDF.